If you've been following society's game plan, then you've likely been putting money in a 401k or an IRA. And if you're watching this video, you might be wondering, how do I actually put that into real estate? Is that possible? Will there be taxes? Will there be penalties? My name's Kris Krohn. I am the real estate maverick. I've done nearly $1 billion of real estate, spread over 4,000 projects. And today I'm going to show you one of the best ways of funding your real estate with a 401k or an IRA.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
So today let's talk about a happy 401k or a sad 401k. Let's talk about the sad one. This 401k or IRA is sitting in the stock market. I want to share with you a sad tale of why your 401k is so sad. It's because it gets told that it's supposed to be in the stock market, and every 8 years the stock market corrects itself, and so it drops 20-30% of its value, and then it does boring, and then it has a couple years where it goes up, and it repeats this over and over again. And if you were investing in the S&P, you would be averaging 9% of an ROI over a 30-year period of time. And the reason why your 401k is so sad is because in 30 years when you're retired, 9% that compounded did not produce enough money for your retirement. And you're thinking back, man, this stinks. Why did this happen? How did this happen? Aha, they seduced me with a match. But I could never really touch my money as long as I was working at the company. And so you start thinking, you know what? I don't have to stick my head in a garbage can to find out if it stinks. I'm going to get smart. I'm not going to wait 30 years. So you're watching this video saying, Kris, help me figure out how to turn my 401k or my IRA into a happy one. And I'll share with you how to do that right now. So first of all, if you have a 401k, and then we're going to talk about IRA, instead of putting it in the stock market and subjecting it to low returns, by the way, this isn't bad, but this is most people's retirement plan. That's called insufficient, is broken, is guaranteed not to work. So instead, we got to do something that's going to get us where we want to go. So instead, we say, hey, here are my options. First of all, if it is an old or existing 401k from previous employment, you can roll it, option one, into a self-directed 401k. Now, self-directed means that it's getting pulled out of the stock market and you can direct it where you want. You could direct it into real estate that's paid off free and clear. You could direct it into real estate with non-recourse lending. You could direct it into a REIT. You could direct it into a private placement memorandum of a private company that you want to buy ownership in. You're restricted on a lot of the things that you can do, but by self-directing it, you've paid no tax and you've paid no penalty. Option number two, if it's an old 401k, is let's actually go ahead and take it out. And if you're not yet 59 and a half, you're going to have 10% penalties plus taxes. And at first you're going to say, ouch, Kris, pulling all that money out with the penalty and the taxes, it's like 30% of it just flushed away. I'm like, it's okay. You were never going to avoid the taxes on your 401k. And if you want to wait for the 10% on penalty, you can. But there's a lot of money to make in the meantime in real estate that you don't want to lose out on. So rip the Band-Aid off. That's the fastest way. Pay your tax and penalty, and now you don't have the restrictions of a self-directed account. Now you can invest in real estate. And I'll tell you how to do that in just a minute. But first, what if you have a current 401k? If you have a current 401k, then there's probably less than a 10% chance that you can access it. You're going to have to quit your job first. But you could ask your HR director, could I do an in-service distribution? And if they say yes, it means that you can access it now, but they'll say, but I get it, the tax and the penalty. Yes, you could pull it out, and there could be taxes and penalty depending on your age. And again, you rip that Band-Aid off, and that money is now free to what? It's now free to do commerce in the wonderful world of real estate. Now, we're going to talk about that in just a minute, but let me tell you about your IRA. Your IRA does not have this restriction, but it looks more like this. If it's a Roth IRA, you've already paid taxes on it. Unless you're a certain age, you might just have penalties. Or if you've put it into a regular or a simple IRA and you haven't taxed it yet, yes, you could have taxes and you could have penalties. Now let me address that for just a minute. You can't avoid taxes. You can't avoid the penalty if you wait long enough, but you're the one that put it in there in the first place. So taking it out, I call that a cost of business. I don't call that a penalty. And it's better to get your money working today. Why? Because real estate, my friend, has the ability of producing 20 to 30% returns. At least when I buy real estate, we're on average at about 25%. 5 years later, I've taken all the money out and I've doubled my portfolio. Guess what I'm now earning? 50%. 5 years later, I've doubled again. Guess what I'm earning? 100%. When you're doubling your money every single year at this point, what does that make the stock market look like? Inadequate and insufficient. And the reality is that the stock market might be a good play if you've got enough money that you've diversified and you're getting where you want to go. But if you can't show me at your desired retirement age how the stock market with your other investments will get you to retire, then this is likely the wrong idea. Does that make sense? So 401ks, IRAs, you pay some tax, you pay some penalty, it's free. Now you can maneuver into real estate. Now, this is something I'm expert at because I've done nearly $1 billion worth of real estate, and more than half of it has been funded by 401ks and IRAs. So when it comes to who should self-direct it, should I self-direct it, you need a team of experts that can share some of that information with you. If you click the link in the description below, you can actually have a conversation with a member of my team. You can explore your options, even what it would look like to partner directly with me so that you and I could actually go into the marketplace. I don't partner with many people these days because time is limited and precious, just like it is for you. But you and I could actually be partnering together, and I could take you into the very best markets where you could be a passive investor and freaking lighting it up, crushing it. And if that's your story, then dude, you and I have a lot to look forward to. My team will also share some other options with you of what it looks like for you to do this on your own and have alternatives that are better than a sad 401k or a sad IRA. Thanks so much for watching today, friend. Hope that was very useful for you. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a nice thumbs up. Share it with someone else that has a 401k that needs additional perspective. And otherwise, make sure that you are a subscriber because I will see you on tomorrow's video.